guys, so I'm here to talk to you guys today about the Papal Conclave. The Pope of the Roman Catholic Church has been said to be God's literal official representative on earth. And the Catholic Church has been recognized for many hundreds of years. No pressure, right? As the head of the Catholic Church, a new Pope will make decisions and decrees that will affect 1.1 billion people. And the election will also include cardinals from all over the world. First, I would like to explain how the new Pope needs to be chosen, or why the new Pope needs to be chosen, how he is chosen, and how he gets his new name. Now I will explain why exactly a new Pope has to be chosen. A new Pope is only allowed to be chosen under two different circumstances. According to a booklet called Conclave Step by Step through the Papal Integram, written by Monsignor Burns, who is the residential canon at St. Peter's Basilica and an ecclesiastical advisor at the British Embassy, a new Pope is only allowed to be chosen if the previous Pope dies or if he voluntarily resigns. In the same booklet, Monsignor Burns also states that there are no procedures for deposing an impaired, a mentally deranged, senile, a comatose, or a manifestly immoral Pope. So essentially, the papacy can only be vacated by literal demise or if the renunciation is accepted. Now that we know why a new Pope needs to be elected, we will take a look at how the Pope will be elected. The process and how a new Pope is elected is very detailed and enriched with traditions. The first day of the Papal Conclave begins with Mass in St. Peter's Basilica for the cardinals participating. According to Larissa Epacto, a reporter with PBS who researches and reports on global events, she, in the same article, says that when cardinals then proceed to the Sistine Chapel to take a vow of secrecy and pledge to avoid any outside influence in their decision. That day, they can then begin voting. In Monsignor Burns' booklet I referenced earlier, it states that after voting begins, the ballot process commences. To be elected, the new Pope must receive 2/3 of the entire vote of all the cardinals. The cardinals that tally the ballots are chosen at random, and then they're switched out each morning and each afternoon. He also advises that the ballots tallied by one cardinal are then recounted and looked over by two other cardinals, and then are put into a separate urn. After that, the ballots are then burned with chemicals to change the smoke to see which decision has been reached. If the smoke burns white, then a new Pope has been elected. If the smoke burns black, then the Pope did not get 2/3 of the vote, and the process will commence again. Monsignor Burns concludes that the process continues for 3 days until a decision is reached. If it's not, with 2 votes in the morning and in the afternoons. After the 3 days, if a decision hasn't been reached, then the Pope or the cardinals will take a day of prayer and reflection and then start again. The process of electing a Pope is very rigorous and can take multiple days to reach its conclusion. We now know how a Pope is elected, but I'll now tell you how each Pope gets their papal names. After the new Pope is elected by the cardinal, he gets a new name. According to John Thavis, who is with the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, in his article published in 2013 about how a new Pope is chosen, the newly elected Pope is formally asked by the cardinals if he accepts his position. If he accepts, he then actually gets to choose his new papal name and inform the world of what it is. So after all the pomp and circumstance of electing the new Pope, he actually just gets to pick his own name with no ceremony. So now allow me to end this brief outline of how the Papal Conclave works with a short summary. I explained why the very specific reasons why a new Pope must be elected. I then briefly discussed the traditions of electing a new Pope. And finally, I went over how the new Pope gets his name. So the next time a Papal Conclave comes around, even if you're not Roman Catholic, remember how many people are involved in this decision-making process from all over the world, and how many people this decision how many people this decision will affect. Just keep in mind you will be witnessing a standing tradition, and you will be watching history being made. Thank you.